Hi, I'm Laura Coyle, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make an action for isometric type in Adobe Illustrator. So here I have an illustration that I did. It's in isometric perspective, and a lot of the labels here are following that perspective, and I did this using an action. So I'm going to start by going to the Actions panel and create a new set. I'm just going to click on the folder icon here and call this Isometric type, and then click OK. And inside this new set, I'm going to create my action by clicking on the plus button. And let's call this left facing. And you can choose a color if you want to use this in button mode later. And you can also assign a function key, a shortcut, those kind of things. Now I'm going to click record, and everything I do after I click record is going to be recorded into that action. So let's start here. And then I'm going to copy this type right here. We can see I've added a move, which I didn't intend to, but we can fix that later. And then I have a formula down here that I'm going to follow for this. So for the left facing, I'm going up to the object menu, down to transform, and then to shear, and I'm going to use a negative 30-degree shear for this, and I'll click OK. And then I'll go back up to the object menu, and this time we're going to rotate. So we'll go to Object, Transform, Rotate, and we'll use 330 degrees for that. Click OK, and now we have our left-facing type. And I can go ahead and click the stop button to stop recording. Great. Now, one of the things I always do is I make a mistake in here that I need to remove. And it's also a good thing to see because it's just so easy to work in this panel. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Move and just hit the trash icon because that's not really part of this that I need. And so when I click on left facing, let me go ahead and grab that type. I can just play back the action and you can see it gives me just what I want there. Great. So let's go ahead and make this same thing for the other side. So inside of the isometric type actions, I'm going to click the new action button and say right facing. And let's make this one red also. And then I'll click record. And oops, I did it again. I forgot to have my thing here that I wanted to sort of do this on. So I've got a move I'm going to have to remove later. Let's go to right facing. Let's go up to the object menu, and we want to do a shear of 30 degrees. So down here to shear, and instead of negative 30, we're doing just a regular positive 30 degrees. Click OK. So that's step one, and it's important to do these in order. And then we're going to rotate by 30 degrees. So going back up to the object menu, transform, and rotate. And here we're going to do just 30 degrees. Let me remove that, click OK, and now we have that. I'll click the stop button, and then I'll remove the move and click the trash icon and click OK. And you can also see inside here what those settings are. So that's helpful to know there too. Okay, so I'm going to grab this and just do a little test here and click on right facing and click the play button. There you go. Now, if you ever need a dialog to open, maybe you want to change the setting, you can do that in the Actions panel here by just turning on this little icon right there in the Actions panel column. So if I come here, and now that I've turned both of these dialogs on, what will happen when I run it is it will ask me, what do I want the shear to be and what do I want the rotate to be? So that's another way to approach this. But for these, I don't need that because I'm going to use those angles all the time. And I just have one more tip for you. If we come over here to button mode, now we can go down to these actions here in button mode, which just makes it really easy to use them that way. So let's go over where I have some more type, And I'll do this one left facing and this one right facing, and then we are good to go. All right, well, I hope that tip helped you. And if you want more Illustrator tips, you can sign up for my email newsletter where I send out tips about every other week. My name is Laura Coyle. I teach Illustrator here on YouTube and in my learning community for Adobe Illustrator. You can find out more about it on my website at lauracoylecreative.com. Thanks so much for watching.